네, 이유 있는 세계 1인자죠. 늘 새로운 전략으로 메타를 주도하는 엔비어스 팀. 오늘 에이펙스에서 두 번째 승리를 가져가면서 또 한 번 최강의 자리를 굳혔는데요. 엔비어스 팀의 테일스핀 선수 모셔보겠습니다. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations. Great games tonight. Tell us how you feel.
We feel pretty good. I mean, we're glad we won. No one's like too happy about our performance. We thought we could have done better, but in the end we won, so we get to keep playing.
오늘 이겨서 물론 일단 기쁘지만 오늘 최선을 다했고 했지만 그래도 오늘 경기력에 대해서 조금 아쉬운 점이 있기 때문에 그래도 이겼기 때문에 기쁘다고 합니다.
네, 그리고 저희가 보기에도 경기가 굉장히 치열했던 것 같은데요. 오늘 콤박스 T6 팀 오늘 상대 보심이 어떠셨나요?
So how was your match against T6? Do you want to say a word against that?
Yeah, they were a very strong team. We were surprised it was that difficult to win. We haven't scrimmed them or practiced against them or anything yet, so we didn't know what to expect. But you know, we won, so we're happy. I mean, hopefully, we definitely want to play them again in the future. Definitely good practice.
네, 연습 많이 했지만 그래도 친선 경기를 해보지 않은 팀이라서 굉장히 일단 강한 팀이었고 그래도 결국은 저희가 이겼잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 뭐 그래도 한 번 더 또 붙어보고 싶다고 합니다.
네. 테일스핀 선수가 2세트 아이엠발드에서 트레이서로 측면과 후방을 정말 잘 교란해 주셨어요. 팀의 두 딜러 타이모 선수와 테일스핀 선수의 역할 차이가 있을 것 같은데 뭐가 있을까요?
So in Akinbald, your tracer was amazing, as you can see in the highlight right now. Taimu and yourself, how would you say the difference between the two DPSs in your team?
Well, in general, Taimu plays more hit scan heavy heroes like the Kree and Widowmaker, and I play more projectile based heroes like Pharah, Junkrat, Mei, stuff like that. Other than that, I mean, we're both capable of playing anything that we need to, and if we're not, we'll practice until we are.
타이무 선수는 일단 한방 평타들이 조금씩 강한 뭐 위도우나 맥크리 이런 걸 또 많이 하고요. 테일스핀 선수는 일단 평타적으로 많이 쏠 수 있는 그런 DPS를 많이 사용하기 때문에 그런 것만 조금씩 다르지만 그래도 비슷하다고 합니다. 어느 정도는.
네, 그리고 3세트 보스카야 공격 진영에서 위기가 있었습니다. 결국 처음으로 공격에 실패하셨는데 이때 많이 당황스러우셨을 것 같아요. 어떠셨어요?
And Volskaya in Game 3, this was the first. Yeah, you guys couldn't push it into the very end, which did not happen until today. How were you feeling at the time?
Full Sky is definitely one of the maps we need to improve on the most. In general, the 2CP, as we call them, maps like ENVYUS and Full Sky and Hanamura, they definitely are our least practiced maps. Mostly because in between tournaments, we kind of had to select which maps we wanted to practice because we can choose which ones we wanted to ban. But this tournament, we're going to have to play them no matter what, so we've been practicing them, but we're still pretty rusty.
하나무라나 볼스카야 같은 점령 두 개는 그 연습을 많이 했지만 그리고 다른 토너먼트 같은 경우에서는 맵 밴이 가능하기 때문에 맵 밴을 해서 조금 더 그것을 이용하는데 여기서는 그럴 수 없기 때문에 지금 그 두 맵에서 조금 약한 모습을 보이고 있다고 합니다.
네, 알겠습니다. 엔비어스 팀이 지금까지 오버워치 세계 1위 팀이었습니다. 오늘도 좋은 경기 많이 보여주셨는데 세계 1위라는 수식어가 부담으로 다가올 때도 있을 것 같아요. 주로 어떨 때 왕관의 무게를 느끼시나요?
Of course, you are the number one team in the world. Does it become a pressure to you at all, or when do you feel that you're like number one in the world?
We're definitely not number one in the world. I don't think any team can really say they're number one in the world right now. I think it changes. It could change like day by day or week by week. I don't think the meta is so like evolved to the point where each team knows what they're running on every map, on every point, against every comp. Sometimes it works out better than others, but right now we definitely don't feel like we're the best. We're trying our best to get there, but someday soon it'll happen.
일단 지금은 메타가 딱 고착화돼 있지 않고 그리고 맵에 따라서 메타가 조금씩 다를 수 있기 때문에 뭐 오늘이나 내일이나 또 1위가 바뀔 수 있다고 하고요. 일단 엔비어스 테일스핀 선수는 지금 1위라고 하는 것도 자기 자신이 정말 1위인지도 모르겠고 또 어느 팀이나 1위가 내일이나 다음 주나 또 바뀔 수 있으니까 하지만 또 미래에 또 메타가 고착화되고 그렇게 되면은 또 정확하게 1위가 돼서 또 그때 다시 한번 말씀하고 싶다고 하네요.
네, 정말 겸손해서 더 앞으로가 기대되는 팀인 것 같습니다. 이렇게 해서 오늘의 승리팀 엔비어스의 테일스핀 선수 만나봤습니다. 엔비어스 팀과의 다음 경기는 이번 주 금요일 한국 최강이라 불리는 우다티카이와의 경기입니다. 정말 기대되시죠? 네, 돌아오는 금요일 많은 시청 부탁드리면서 오늘 인터뷰 여기서 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
All right, there we go. So, Kungdu Uncia in our first best of 5 of the night, absolutely massacring MVP space. It was not even close.
They didn't get a single point
It was
at
disgusting.
all. It was as one-sided as a best of 5 in Overwatch can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, in our second match, ENVYUS getting the win, 3-1 over CONBOX T6, but T6 certainly showing some life there.
Yeah, especially, of course, we did hear Tailspin talk right there about how they are not as practiced on some of the 2 capture point maps, and they did lose on Volskaya, but also some stubbornness, I think, about some of those hero swaps for the second point, sticking on the Widowmaker and Harry Hook on the Tracer for a really long time.
I think kind of stubbornness was sort of the theme for both teams,
Yeah,
really,
it's
as we
very true.
saw T6 really struggle with that again, on the first point of Eichenwald. But interesting to see. It's cool to see experimentation, but in Overwatch, of course, you have to know when to make those swaps in-game.
And I do question T6's DPS players a little bit. Yes, they're good on the heroes we saw them on, with Liz on the Tracer, Byung-Hoon on the Reaper, but how much diversity does this team really have? Because they were just so reluctant to play McCree into the Pharah, which is sort of a no-brainer.
Yeah, it was a bit interesting to see them wait so long to pull that out. Well, we'll see. As things go on, again, T6 alive and well in this group, and ENVYUS looking like they're going to get out pretty easily now on Wednesday. A couple new teams, Africa Freaks taking on Rogue, and then MVP Space versus Energy Esports. So that first match is going to be awesome. It's going to be an APAC semis rematch, I believe.
Yep.
And then Energy gets a nice soft match for their first one here in Apex.
APAC quarters rematch.
Quarters,
Africa
right,
did
yeah.
hit Rogue in the quarters. It was a 3-1 victory to Rogue, so Africa will be looking to get a little bit of revenge on home soil, and then we'll see if MVP Space can at least get a point against Energy.
It's not going to get much easier, man. If they couldn't get a point against Kongdu Onsia, it might not be any easier against a team like Energy. So we'll see. Energy again, though, not a team without their own demons right now. So we'll see how clean of a performance they can put together.
I mean, they did make the semifinals over at APAC, so they did admittedly have an easier group and a little bit of an easier path to those semifinals, but I was more impressed by what we saw out of Energy in China than what we saw perhaps at the Overwatch Open in Atlanta. So it looked to me like they were doing a little bit better. I love their use of Hanzo. Seagull with the Hanzo or the Genji has been looking, or the Mei especially, has been looking a little bit more on form.
And then in Challengers, of course, my favorite team in the world, Master of Mouthwatch. Oh, we're not going to show that screen today? All right, well, whatever.
Well, if you guys were curious,
Great name.
to the surprise of very few, Africa Red and Luxury Watch Red are currently undefeated, both 6-0 in their matches in the Challenger Series, so they will be looking to try and boost themselves up to Apex, perhaps for the next season.
My Master of Mouthwatch, though, a lowly 1-5.
That's true.
Oh, well. I'm their fan. At least I have one.
You're just a fan for the name, though?
Yeah, I've never actually watched them play. I'm just a fan because of the name. That's it. It's great.
I am looking forward to see what happens when some of these teams do have the opportunity to try and requalify for next season, because, of course, LW Red, the really big surprise with Pine and some of the other very, very good players here in the scene, not able to quite make it into Apex, but Runaway, knocking about. Runaway has proved in their own right that they definitely deserve to be here, smashing Reunited in their first series.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when we go into later seasons, there's definitely going to be some shuffling in what teams are here, and maybe LW Red will be lucky and not run into this ridiculously strong team that nobody knew about previously, apparently.
Yeah. Well, Hoxall's a pretty damn good player, it turns out.
Genji's not bad.
I was quite impressed.
I think we all were. So that's going to be about it for today. Honestly, a pretty fast day at Apex, especially with that first match. But what can you say? The group's starting to shape up a little bit more. I think we're definitely kind of seeing what teams are going to be our playoff teams. But thanks for watching either way, guys. From Seoul, South Korea, Doan Monte Cristo here. We're Intel Overwatch Apex Season 1. See you again on Wednesday for a bunch of new teams, so don't miss that. It's going to be awesome.
I'm really excited for that rematch, Rogue and Africa.
Yeah.
Should be great.
It's going to be great. See you guys then.
Apex.